back to another 6 scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have our first figure, or not ours, my first figure I've gotten from Ahsoka, which is Chopper, C110P, or as everyone likes to call him, Dave Filoni's favorite murder robot. So, I haven't gotten anything else from Ahsoka, obviously, because I said this is my first one. So this is very exciting for me, especially being a big Rebels fan. So I have been looking forward to getting some of these Rebel characters. Still hoping that Ezra shows up sooner than later. Maybe, hopefully, maybe they'll make Zeb. Who knows? But for now, we've got Hera, we've got this guy, and we've got Sabine. So, 3 out of 6 ain't bad. So here's the box. Pretty straightforward. It's kind of got like that Ahsoka, like, shimmery, starry, kind of like map kind of thing going on. Straightforward box. You know how Star Wars is. Nothing special there. But what is special is what's inside here. So why don't we break him out and take a look at our good little pal. So here we have him, our favorite little droid, or one of our favorite little droids. We've got a few favorite little droids. And he looks great. It really does look really good. Obviously, the first time Chopper showed up in live action wasn't even in Ahsoka. It was in Rogue One for a very, 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 very brief second. If you were actually paying attention, Rogue One filled with Easter eggs, so that's a fun one. But I've been looking forward to seeing if we got a Chopper inevitably in 6 scale form, which finally we do have something, thank God. Add another guy to our droid collection. And like I said, he looks great. There's just enough accessories. We probably won't get bored anytime soon. And I'm happy overall. Why don't we get him off of the spinning turntable now, though, and talk about our asymmetrical little droid guy. Not to be racist or anything, but because he is a droid, he's not going to come with nearly as much as if he wasn't a droid. So we do have, for starters, the little tracking device that he throws in the scene on Corellia. We've got our little hologram pad, which you get a few of these if you have Jedi. It comes with a cool little hologram of Hu Yang, who I would also love a 6 scale figure for. Please and thank you. I would love that guy. He's been around long enough. I feel like he's deserved it. So we have his antenna here, but you can also plug in a bent one instead, which is awesome. He's got his attachable arms, which when we get closer to him, we will talk about these. There's actually 2 versions of each, so it's interchangeable. So you can have it so the claw is facing straight up or to the side. This piece doesn't bend, like this part. The rest does, but this part does not. It's probably because it's too thin. They don't want to worry about it breaking. So they just made it so that there are 2 different versions of the same thing. Anyway, droid time. So here we have Mr. Chopper, who looks wonderful. Doesn't have any LEDs like the description of the figure would have you believe. But I mean, he doesn't really have LEDs normally. We got this lovely weathered top on him. You could tell he's been alive for far too long. I mean, he's been around since probably the same time as R2, just not holding together as well because he doesn't have that Republic money, or the Rebellion, I guess, doesn't like this guy nearly as much as they do R2-D2, because that guy is pristine. He probably outlives this guy, 10 times over. But that doesn't mean we don't love Chopper for his interesting designs here. Obviously, they did just take this guy and recolor him into BT as well. They could probably repaint him again to have his Imperial disguise, which would be fun, because he does have a few different looks to him, because they keep repainting him for different disguises. But he has his 2 probably ocular ports here, eyeball. You can see we got some nice yellow here to break up that orange with lovely weathering overall. It does keep going around the sides. So this part here, if you push it in on the top there, this piece comes out. And that part I showed you earlier, It's actually just a magnet, so you put it in there and it'll stick in there, no problem. So you can have a Chopper with his arms on his head like he does normally, if that is the look you're going for. Again, continuing on, we got the yellow, we got some, you know, nice detailing around the weathering on this guy is really nice. Obviously it's all painted, but it just looked really nice, so I'm quite happy about that overall. Back around to the front, and happy times all around. This Chopper does have, we'll go over that later, never mind. Anyway, we do have our, you know, our cylinder body that these droids love oh so much. Unlike R2-D2, this guy is all exposed, so you get this little piece here, and you could pull this bad boy out if you want. So you get his front arm, which you could use to hold the hologram, if that is what you want, or you could keep it back in there. Do whatever you want with it, man. It's your droid. We've got this nice orange here, you know, these mismatched colors here, because obviously he's kind of been put together with spare parts, so he understands that he's not going to look his best, but he is an arrogant little boy droid thing. So of course he's going to think that no matter what, he still is the best. That's because he is, though. So I mean, kudos to him for sticking the landing and continuing on the way he does. Anyway, going back to the made of spare parts things, when the dog stops barking, we do have two different legs here. You're not going to get a symmetrical look at this guy because he is just made of whatever they can find. This one is white, this one is silver. They're kind of similar, but not fully, and that's just to be expected with our pal Chopper here, because that's just who he is. You know, you don't want to change somebody when I'd say they're good the way they are. It's just how he is. We do have a lot of exposed openings here, because he is falling apart. You know, he is showing his age. You know, old people, they have their problems. Old droids do too, and Chopper is, you know, different. He's just got exposed wiring and exposed openings. It's just his thing. I think it's just part of his style. He does have a nice 4 wheels, plus this extra one, which you can take out if you're feeling really adventurous. There is a hole down here. It's too big for any of the Mandalorian jetpack pieces, but I'd bet if you had, like, say you had, like, Transformers, like a War for Cybertron, Omega Supreme, that blast effect would probably fit in there perfectly. So you could have him with this little flight rocket. I can't believe that they didn't give him a blast effect to put in there, because it looks like there should be one, but they didn't. What they did give us is our fun, quirky little droid, and I could not be more happy. I could be more happy. I could have the rest of the Ghost crew, but I could not be more happy with Chopper so far. Anyway, why don't we pull out the other two sideshow droids that I have, because I didn't really feel the need to upgrade, and see how those all look together. So here we have our, you know, droids of the rebellion, our 3 big droids of the rebellion. I wish I wish they had made the droid, I can't remember his name, but the one that Chopper chills with in Rebels, the manifest guy, the organization guy, the more serious, kind of laid down to earth guy. I can't remember which droid he is or what his name is, but he would be super cool to have a Chopper, to have that C-3PO and R2-D2 kind of thing going on. But I mean, when you think of like hero droids of the rebellion, this is it. Where is my R2-D2 panel? You know, the sideshow ones, they aren't perfect per se, but they look good enough where I didn't really feel the need to upgrade them. Obviously, I know there's die-cast in the 3PO. It probably better paint on the R2. I know this because I got the 000, so I know I have a version of it. But I'm happy with these, and I'm happy with the way all 3 of these guys look. I'm definitely going to need to get a few more droids now. Obviously, I do have BB-8, and, you know, an old friend who I keep on my desk dearly, our lovely but retired BB-9E. Say hi, buddy. He's been doing good, in case you've been wondering. But he retired. But anyway, I'm happy with the droids we have. I'm hoping to get more of the Ghost Crew soon. Maybe a few more droids, hopefully, down the line. I should have picked up R4D5, but I forgot to. That would have been a good one now. But, you know, we live and we learn. We live and we learn. Anyway, let's do some slight articulation, because he's got a little bit. So here we have our boy, and we do still get a droid life ending 360 degrees. Up that far, down that far, and up back and forth. Put him down for a second. Sorry, buddy. The arm does have a decent amount of bend every single way. It spins. You get what you need out of it. So that would count as arm articulation. Obviously, there's no waist crunch. That's so weird. The legs go all the way around, which is great. His little feet do slide back and forth, so you get that much. This does also swivel. Not like you would really need to, but you can do that. And before I forget, pop that guy out. You do get pretty decent articulation at this. It does open and shut. So you could get Chopper doing just enough kind of Chopper do's where you'll be happy with whatever he does. Because, I mean, it's a droid. What more could you ask from him? Anyway, why don't we take our favorite murderous droid and wrap up this video. So, while our little orange and white friend won't be bringing home any Figure of the Year awards per se, because, I mean, at the end of the day, it is just, you know, silly little droid who does some silly little things. That doesn't mean he's bad. It just means that he does a really good job of being what he is, and that's really all he needs to do. I, for one, am super ecstatic to finally have this guy in the collection. I'm super happy that he got made, because I was worried when the show came out that they were going to kind of do what they've been doing, where they've selectively been making stuff from some shows, but not other shows. And I mean, I just cannot believe how many figures are coming out of Ahsoka now. They've made close to everything, even characters that nobody cares about. Even Captain Rex, who was in the show for all of 20 seconds. It's crazy. Still no Ezra, though, which is, you know, it's a sin, but what can you do, right? I can't win them all. But I, for one, am happy that I'm getting what I've gotten so far, and that I'll be getting, I mean, what they've made, which is, again, a lot more than I thought there would ever be. Anyway, if you've picked up Chopper here, or any character from Ahsoka for that matter, feel free to let me know. Let me know which one you're picking up, or which ones you might be picking up. How many things from this line? Did you skip it completely? How did you feel about the show? You know, all these fun questions that I need to know the answers to. Because I, for one, I enjoyed the show. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world. It could have been better. But for the most part, I did get enjoyment out of the show, which I guess is the best you could say about something like that. And it was nice to see some of my old Rebels characters again, because it's been a hell of a long time since I feel like I've seen him at this point. And it was nice to see Hayden Christensen again, who also got a figure, which I'm not a huge fan of the sculpt, because he's got like a weird smile to it, and I can only see it being used for some select things. But I might pick it up anyway, just to get a nice, cool, updated Hayden Christensen. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel has been rolling through nicely recently, and I've been quite happy about it. And I would love to keep that momentum going. And obviously, I've been enjoying making this content for you guys, so feel free to throw out a like, so that I know that you guys are enjoying watching it just as much as I enjoy making it for you. Because it's been a really, really fun time, and I'm really glad to have you guys all here, because it makes this all the more worthwhile. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.